All right. Rolling. Okay. I don't know. I feel like this is a good time to stop and address some of the places I've decided to train over the years. Just because I feel like I've accomplished a lot of my fitness goals as of recently, despite some of the hardship. So I don't know. It's been a long and difficult journey to be able to establish a physique, or my physique. I feel like the thing I should do now is go over some of the places I've trained over my 13 years of training, lifting weights. And there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a few places I'm gonna mention all throughout the East Coast, and yeah, I just feel like I should give some thanks to these places for providing me with the equipment to get to this level. So yeah, let's kick it off. Starting, when did I start? I started when I was around like 13, 14 years old. I'd kind of just be going to this place called Midtown in Rochester, New York. It's a pretty nice gym. Although I was really young when I went there. I'd kind of just go like when my mother and my sisters would train or go work out there, and I don't know. I would just kind of like mess around on the cardio equipment there. Didn't really get into lifting weights quite yet, but I was just kind of like getting used to the atmosphere, you know. It's a pretty nice place. If I would go back to Rochester, that'd definitely be like one of the top places I'd wanna train. Just because it's a pretty big gym. Although I don't have much of a relationship with it as some of the other places I'm gonna mention. When I actually started like lifting weights, I was around 14 years old. I was training at this place called the JCC. I don't believe it's in Henrietta, New York, or Henrietta, Rochester, but it's close by. And that was kind of like when I just started to start, messing around with the equipment, machines, cables, wasn't really trying to like lift heavy, but it was just kind of like getting used to the weightlifting like movements, I'd say. Yeah, I don't remember training there for very long. I think I was there for maybe like a year or so. Yeah. Decent place. But that was really when I decided to like start like lifting. Yeah. Not much to say, just it was just a pretty simple, basic spot. Yeah. But moving forward, after that, I started. This is when I was like 14, 15. So like I didn't have a means of transportation. So literally everywhere my mother and my sister would go, or my sisters would go, I would just like tag along with them. And that was just kind of like the way I started, you know. Yeah. But after that, I decided to go to this place called I think it was a CrossFit gym called, it was like XTX or something, off of University in Rochester. Knew the trainer there. I think his name's Vinny. Kind of like showed me like the concept of like CrossFit really. And I was training there a lot before I decided to go and play football, play JV football. And I'd probably attribute some of my success to, you know, being a starting running back. Yeah, I was a starting running back, you know, for JV. Pretty sick. I wasn't that good, but you know, I'd probably attribute some of my success to like playing ball to that, just because, you know, I haven't done CrossFit since, but like I just remember like when I would do those workouts, like I'd be like dripping fucking sweat the whole time. Yeah. Kicked my ass. Did not do that for very long though. I think it was like maybe a few months, like 6 to 8 months. I was going there with my mother, my sisters. Yeah. And then after that, this place called the Pinnacle Athletic Campus opened up in Victor, New York, and I trained there for like almost 7 years, on and off. Probably like I'd probably attribute like a majority of my success to that place, just because it was like so it was like a gym like really close to home for me. This place was dope. It was like an infield turf, basketball courts, weight section. Like the only thing it's missing in there is a pool, but like fuck that shit. I ain't swimming. But yeah, just kind of grew up, loved going there, like every day. Like any chance I could go, I would go. Yeah, practice there for football there a few times, and I really hold that place really close to my heart. Place is kind of janky now though. Like those weights have been, I've beaten on those weights for like the entirety of that place being open, and I've seen that place be new and see that place be like old. I'm like, yo, like get some new weights, bro. Like I'm not even playing. But yeah, I trained there on and off for 7 years, from the time I was like 16 to like 23, 24. It was the last place I trained before moving down to Florida. But it's on and off being there, you know. Like I'd go to school, you know, I'd be going to college. I'm gonna transition next. Like I trained at the RIT gym in Henrietta for a good 2 years. That was my first stint, and then I had a second stint where I trained there for like 6 months. Like 6 months after I graduated from college. Yeah. And university gyms are like, I don't know, I'd consider that a pretty good standard for like having the proper amount of weight and equipment available. I attribute a lot of my success to being able to train at a college facility, you know. Yeah. I was at RIT for around 2 years. Studied my ass off there, bro. I'm not even gonna play. Like, I would there's like locking in, and then there's like sicko mode locking in what I was doing there. Like it was filthy. I'm not kidding. Because when I was there, I had a vision to like try to transfer and go to a bigger university, like away from home, so I could, you know, have an opportunity to like go to school, live somewhere else other than Rochester. And that was something that was like, that was a big goal of mine for a little while. And you know, I busted my ass and got that scholarship. Got a scholarship to go to the University of Delaware. I trained at the UD Lil Bob for a little bit, for a good couple of years. It's a pretty good gym. If I'm going to compare the two, though, I'm going to be completely honest. This is actually a good idea. I want to do a lot of comparisons between RIT and Delaware, because one's a public school and one's a private school, and there's a lot of nuances between the two. If you're like looking to go to college or whatever, picking between a public school and a private school, yeah. But I'm gonna say this, like, I could definitely tell that like the Delaware gym was newer, but like in terms of equipment and availability, like they are very much the same. Like, yeah. Very similar to those two gyms. I was just glad I had the like I said, like glad I had the chance to train there too. My bad. I went for a run today, so this is okay. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, trained there for like a good 2.5 years. But while I was also at Delaware, I got a membership at this place called The Edge in Christiana, Delaware. And that was, for a long time, I considered that like there's like good gyms, and there was like The Edge. Like The Edge was like it had everything you could ask for. I did not train there as much as I wanted to, though, just because I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and the concept of like women weakened legs, it's like a very real thing, man. Like, I was not focused on training when I was with her. Just being real. But yeah, went there a few times. It was a really nice gym. Had everything you could ask for. Shoot. And yeah. After I graduated, I moved back home. Here, wait. So you're gonna have to excuse me. I am living in a halfway right now. Halfway home. I don't necessarily have like a terrible, like a bad relationship with substances. It's just a situation I'm in right now. That's okay. Oops. Anyway, yeah. So I moved back home, and I just went back to Pinnacle. Yeah, I went back to Pinnacle. And was training there for a little bit. Had my second stint at the RIT gym. Things kind of got crazy. Yeah. And I ended up moving back to my hometown in Clyde, New York, which is like middle of nowhere, almost. Like you gotta drive like 30 minutes to get anywhere from there. And I was training at a place called Spunk Fitness with one of my cousins' friends. He was kind of running the place there for a little bit. Yeah. It was a decent place. Had everything you needed. And that Spunk Fitness, it was in Newark, New York, which is like still the middle of nowhere, but like it's got what you need. Yeah, I was working construction with my family at the time, and training and working construction was like one of the hardest things I've done, especially after what happened. I was going through some mental health problems. Freezing cold every day. Unloading trailers, fucking loading block, and then going to lift weights after. I got big, like fast. Like I was eating good, and I was like busting my ass like nonstop. Literally nonstop. From like 6 in the morning to like 8 p.m. Like heavy lifting in and out of the gym. Hard labor, whatever, And then I found myself coming down here to Florida. I decided to go to trade school because I thought it would be a fun idea to start working on cars. Because I did kind of like the blue collar. Like, I had the opportunity to work white collar and blue collar. Fuck, my camera's dying on me. I had the opportunity to work white collar and blue collar, and I mean, like, blue collar's tough, but like it kind of clicks with like the kind of person I am just a little bit. More than just like, being a task manager at the desk, Yeah, I came down for trade school, lived in Broward County, Pembroke Pines. I was training at Crunch Fitness for about a year or so, working on cars, Tires Plus, and Pembroke Pines. I was training there. I would just pop into the gym, go right over to work, like right next to each other. It was a good time, I can't lie. Then some shit went down. Decided to move on up to Palm Beach County. Got a job working at Hyundai, fixing cars there. And for a little bit, I didn't have a gym because I wasn't a halfway. And I moved in with my foreman, which was right across the street from like one of the biggest gyms here, EOS. Shot some good content there. Went through some more problems. Got arrested a couple times. And now I'm back in Delray. Yeah. I'm training at Retro Fitness now. So yeah, that's my story. My camera's gonna die on me, so that's it, you know. Finally glad to say I have 18-inch arms. Finally glad to say, you know, I'm weighing 2 bills. And yeah, thanks for sticking around.